Hey everyone, Romel here, and today we're going to be making a pretty big change to my setup. We're going to be going from a triple monitor setup down to a dual monitor setup. I realized that I wasn't making the most out of that top monitor, and if I take it down, I'm going to have a little bit more space to work with behind my desk, so I can move my mount there, position my ultra wide how I want to, and I think it's going to make my setup look a little less busy. I do have a TV off to the side now where I watch my anime, which is what I did on that top monitor. Since I don't need a dual monitor arm, I'm going to be taking this opportunity to look at the Ergotron LX. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you the unboxing, the setup, as well as my initial impressions of the Ergotron LX. This does retail for about $250 Canadian, and it's definitely on the pricier side for a single monitor arm. There are a lot of other options on Amazon, but we're going to see if this was worth it. Let's get to the unboxing. For the unboxing, like the HX, it comes in three parts: the base, the middle section, and the top section. You also get some hardware and Allen keys, but not as much as the HX. You only have the option to use this as a desk clamp, whereas the HX, you could mount it via a grommet. Another difference is the actual monitor mount is attached to this top section rather than a separate part on its own. Since I did have a previous mount, I had to tear everything down to get the space ready for when I mounted the new Ergotron LX. This was probably the most painful part of the whole process, just because I thought that I would never need to change my monitor arm, so things were pretty secure and a lot of the cables were intertwined since I just kind of stuffed it in there. Once I had everything down, it was time to get the base back. The footprint was about the same as the old monitor arm, which I liked, and it made sure that I was still able to mount it in kind of the same spot that the previous monitor arm was. Once the base is in place, the next step is just attaching the rest of these sections. I did have to raise this just a tad so that the arm wouldn't touch my speakers when I moved it around. You can use the Allen key that they provide to make these adjustments. You do need to attach the monitor arm to the monitor itself before attaching it to the rest of the mount, and you just place it on top of that middle section. And that's basically it for the setup. I didn't really have to make too many adjustments in terms of the tension because I was able to position the monitor where I needed to. I am going to be using this in the vertical orientation, but I can switch it back to the horizontal position with ease. For the cable management, you don't have the velcros like you do with the HX. You do have these little hooks that you can attach the zip ties to, but they do also have a channel where you can put the cables through and then have it route to the back of the monitor. So the reason why I decided to go with the dual monitor setup was because I felt like I wasn't utilizing that top monitor the best. Like I said, I mostly used it to watch anime or videos, but when I'm sitting and watching, I could only really see the top half of that monitor since my ultra wide blocks it when I'm sitting down. It means I had to minimize my windows and kind of position it on top of where it wasn't being blocked so I could read the subtitles. When I was looking for other mounting solutions so I could get a little higher, there weren't a lot of options for a long pole, but a dual monitor arm that was longer than the one I had now. I basically had this at the very edge of it, and it's kind of tipping over, and I got worried that it might just completely tip over. I also have my TV set up now behind me, so that's where I watch my anime or YouTube videos, and I don't need this top monitor for that purpose anymore. I do still have my vertical monitor that I use for Discord, Slack, my terminals, and my main monitor is still used for my code editor or my video editor or my photo editor. With the monitor above my ultra wide, it was blocking where I could position it. I wasn't able to lift it up or back because that's where the monitor was, so it was always blocking. I had my monitor a little lower than I would have wanted to, but I kind of just dealt with it because I wanted that triple monitor. But since getting rid of it, I'm able to lift the ultra wide to a better position for my eyes, so I'm looking at it straight rather than kind of tilting my head down. It's also above my speakers now, so it's not blocking, and I can push it a little bit back so I'm not too close to the monitor. Like I had mentioned earlier as well, I do have the ability to mount stuff behind my monitor now rather than using this grommet, so I do have my Elgato mount there now. So when I don't have my overhead cam set up, I can just place that down, and then I don't have this like long pole sticking out. I haven't really been using the Ergotron LX for a long time now, so this is mostly a initial impressions rather than a longer term review. Let me know if you want a longer term review, and I'll probably plan one out in a few months from now. But I'm really happy that I decided to go with the Ergotron LX. I could have opted for a bit of a cheaper option, but I found that with monitor stands you do get what you pay for. The quality, like the XH, feels great. It is mostly metal and is really sturdy. I can position the mount any way I want and it stays there. I was a bit more cautious when I was using my other monitor arms because even if I tightened it all the way, it never really stayed in the different positions, so I had to kind of keep them fixed. I was also always worried that one day it might just give and then the monitors would tip over. I think with the Ergotron LX, I don't have to worry about that, at least with my 27-inch. I'm not entirely sure if I would use this with the 38-inch. I think I would still opt for the HX. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about the Ergotron LX. I am still working on my setup tour video. Since I did change this, it changes up my setup quite a bit. I'm trying to make sure that I'm really happy with my setup before I complete my setup tour video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to know when that is out. As always, don't forget to follow my socials, as I am trying to post a little bit more consistently there. I'm trying to find time to stream again, but if you don't follow me, my Twitch is twitch.tv/RomelDriss. And yeah, hope you guys have a good one. That's gonna be it for me.